Hey, I'm Shamika Askew with the Law Office of Shamika Askew, located in Brandon, Florida, and also licensed to practice in the state of Michigan. So today I wanted to talk about family law, and specifically I wanted to give some tips about some of the important facts that you should bring up at the very beginning stage, either at a consultation. I would highly recommend it at a consultation, but if you so happen to forget, I definitely recommend that you bring these issues up at the very first client meeting that you have with an attorney. So one of the issues that should come up is if there's any known drug issues with either yourself or the other party. That's important in any family law case. Something else that's important is what your desire is as far as the time sharing. So how much time the child is going to spend with you, how much time the child is going to spend with the other parent. That's important because sometimes people have the mindset that they'll automatically get full custody, which in their mind is they're saying 100% time sharing. And that's not likely in most instances. I'm not saying that it can't happen depending on the circumstances, but ultimately it's best to set the expectations very early on so that way you're not hiring a lawyer thinking that you're going to get full custody, 100% time sharing, when that may not be the case. So that's important. Something that's also important that I noticed does not come up a lot, and that's what your budget is for an attorney. Now, a lot of attorneys won't be able to say, hey, this is how much you'll end up paying total, unless they're doing flat fees. I used to do flat fees. I'm doing away with flat fees. From a business perspective, I haven't figured out a way to make it work for both the firm as well as the client. And if I happen to figure out a way to do that, maybe in the future, I will do that. But I say that to say a lot of times people are able to afford the initial retainer, but unfortunately they cannot continue on. So you have a lawyer who's been invested in your case, who knows the facts, who's able to assist you, but unfortunately they can't move forward with you because there's no money to move forward. So it's important to talk about your budget and be realistic with the attorney, because there are some attorneys out there that offer a la carte services. So, maybe you only need help with this phase of the case and that phase. I don't personally offer that, but there are attorneys who do. Something else that's important that comes up later on are things pertaining to investigation. So whether or not, the police have been called and there was an investigation with the police, or if there was an investigation with the Department of Children and Families. These are very, very important facts that you need to disclose early on in the process, whether it's the consultation or the first client meeting. I can't tell you how many times that I'm learning later that, hey, there's, this drug issue that came up, or hey, there's these sexual allegations that have been alleged. It's not good to find this out later because technically speaking, the lawyer could have prepared for it a lot sooner versus learning about it later on in the process. So those are just some helpful things to bring up. As lawyers, we have so many cases, it's hard for us to just give you so much advice, right? I'm not going to give you advice about drug issues or what we can do if there's not a drug issue, right? I'm not thinking, hey, let me talk to this person about, what happens if you test positive for, a particular drugs, marijuana or something like that. I wouldn't think to ask you that if I never suspected that you did drugs. So I think it's best for the potential client to come and bring these important facts. I would not, like I said, ask that typically. If I suspect that there may be issues, like, hey, the other parent is not allowing you to see your child, I'll say why. Like, are there drug issues? Are there safety concerns? I'll try to ask those questions and dig deeper as to the reasoning behind why the other parent will not allow you to see your child. But ultimately, I definitely think it's your job and your duty to allow the attorney into your life to know, hey, this is what we're working with. So those are just some tips. I hope that helps. Again, Shamika Askew with the Law Office of Shamika Askew, located in Brandon, Florida, also licensed to practice in the state of Michigan. If you need any help with family law, probate, and or personal injury, please feel free to give us a call. We'd be more than happy to assist you.